In whiskey, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes the bottle's here, sometimes it's gone. So we're going to talk about some of that today.
There's a whole bunch of reasons why some of these bourbons will be leaving the shelves here soon, or on the counter, whatever the reason would be. So we'll talk a little bit about it, and hopefully you can grab some of these before they're gone.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to talk about some bourbons to hunt before they're not able to be hunted anymore.
Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why. So,
yeah.
But before we start into the video, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notifications button. Check us out on Patreon.
Spotify. Now we're on. You can watch the videos on Spotify.
Yeah, just double up. Just do that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Instagram,
but still watch here.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, while we're talking about these bourbon, they're all for a little bit of different reasons. So some of them will just be a limited release, standard, kind of like they're gonna come out for a little bit. Once they're gone, right?
Yes.
Some of them, I just don't think they're gonna remake them again at all, and so we keep seeing them on the shelves, like they were in distro, then they get put back out. So some of these, get them while you can if you enjoy them, and then the other ones, the companies just might go away in some way, shape, or form. Like in the sense of either the whole company itself might just change, it might get bought, they might fold up. There could be 1,000 different reasons why, but the company itself might go through such a grand change to where those bottles go away.
Yeah.
We are in that time.
I think that's a good explanation. I think that's a good job.
I think it's fair. And I'm not saying that any of these are going to go away, but, well, I know I can at least say 2 of them are. But the important thing is that what these bottles look like now, I don't think all of them will be here forever.
I think, yeah, I get that for sure.
All right, so let's start with the first one. This is going to be the Wild Turkey. This is the 70th anniversary for Jimmy Russell. So basically, if you all haven't caught on with Wild Turkey, they kind of just make a new anniversary bottle about every 5 years for Jimmy. I think originally around the 50 mark, they're like, oh, well, certainly he's going to retire.
Yeah.
And then he's like, why would I retire?
Why would I retire?
Why would I retire from one of the best gigs in
I get
whiskey?
to sit around, talk to pretty ladies, all that good stuff.
Oh, if you know, you know.
I do know.
I love Jimmy. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
But I'd say this bottle's popped up actually a couple times through distro here locally for us. They made a crap ton of this. So hopefully this has hit your market. Obviously, I know it probably won't hit everybody's market. I know it'll go through phases where it's in somebody's market, out of your market. But give this a shot. This is like $40, $50, depending on where you're buying it from.
Yeah.
It's a really great drinker. So if you want something that's Wild Turkey with an age statement, it's like 8 years old. It's just solid for them.
Yeah, really solid. I don't know that you can say anything else about it.
Yeah.
But it won't be around forever.
Won't be around forever. So what's the next one? Oh, yeah, next one.
The old Remus. Now, there are a plethora of reasons for this. Ross and Squibb is Ross and Squibb.
They're going through some stuff right now.
They are going through some stuff.
And let's be fair, too. This isn't necessarily maybe just about Remus Repeal Reserve.
No.
It's probably about their entire line outside Penelope. I feel like Penelope's safe, but I don't know about the other ones.
Think Penelope's safe.
Yeah.
I feel like they've hitched their wagon to Penelope in a really good way.
Smart.
That, like, Penelope has such a great name now that when you put something out from Penelope, chances are people are going to chase it, whether it's Havana, Rio, American Light Whiskey, Toasted, Architect. Like,
you see how he put Rio's as his number 2?
Yeah, I remember that. It's because that's the one I would throw against the wall if you made me. I just wouldn't do anything with it. But that's just me. Like, lots of people love Ambarana, and to each their own. I like honey. I like maple. I just don't like Ambarana. Like, there's nothing about it that I like. Kind of gives me the.
All right, get to the Remus part.
So anyway, the Remus part of this is, if you feel like that there's a line that's not going well, and that you can just put all your eggs in a basket that is going really well, and you can take all your source, you can give all of that to this line to this distillery that you bought and you invested a lot of money into, and you are actually giving them great product. Mm-hmm. Does that mean you want to just keep messing with something that is hit or miss at times? And we're not the only ones that say this. And so, like, it's just one of those things. Like, they put out Babe Ruth, they put out the Gatsby, they put out all of these things that sometimes they're good, and then sometimes they are just complete misses, and it just feels like you're like, climbing a hill that you're just not ever going to climb correctly because you keep giving the good stuff over to Penelope.
Well, I don't even necessarily think it's a bad idea to give it to Penelope. I think that's their that's their best brand. Like, it just is, like, more than Remus. Like, I don't want to say all their bottles are just as good or better than Remus Repeal. Like, obviously, like, this is their LE, right? Like, this is something that they do very special. And I think that they can do a really good job with this. And I think they probably will keep this bottle around. Do I know about, like, what is that, Root 55 or 45, whatever that old Root.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
The Remus single barrel bottles, like, a couple of other ones from them. Like, do I think that all those are for sure going to be guaranteed to keep around? No, because you just put it into a Penelope bottle and it's just going to be more popular and more successful.
That is true.
Even if it's the exact same stuff, they tend to do better with it, either from a marketing standpoint or from a reach standpoint. So, to me, I would keep an eye on it. Plus, here's the thing we're not talking about. They could just sell it. They could sell Ross and Squibb. I mean, MGP is a huge thing. Like, they do a whole bunch of stuff, right?
They do.
They could sell the distillery part of it off and then sell it to somebody else. And then somebody else could be like, why would I want to keep pouring money into something that's not working?
Yeah.
I can just do Penelope. So, anyways.
I get it.
Next one, and I've actually had a couple of you all reach out to me about this, so this is the only reason why I put it on the list. Oak Carter. So I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know if it hit distro yet. I don't know if just some of y'all just ran into it at stores. But some of y'all have been finding Oak Carter bourbon and has reached out to me and is like asking me if it's good or not. Look, we don't know what the brand's going to be like. I don't know if they're going to rebrand it. I don't know if they're going to come out with different lines of Oak Carter. But if you can find some of the original, because none of this I don't believe is the new stuff. If you can find some of the original Oak Carter stuff, I would just buy it. Because, like, A, you don't know if it's going to be there. Most of it's all really good. Ryes aren't my favorite, but they're still good. Yes, the price point is a little expensive, but even they were saying it was less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, good for you all. Good find. So, but anyways, we just don't know what it's going to be like, and we don't know what the new stuff is going to look like, be like, age statement and everything else. So
that's Oak Carter's Zach's world. So I don't really have anything else to add to that.
Well, let's put in something that could be your world.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do the old Calumet 14 and 15. I didn't want to throw the 16 in there. On principle alone. We didn't like it, and we said it wasn't as good, and everybody sat there and was like, you're crazy. And then everybody's like, yeah, end of the year, it didn't really do well. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, because it's not that great.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really good, and I like just the concept of the bottles. The 16 came out 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, in theory, they're not doing a 17.
So they're doing like some like real super fancy bottle.
Really?
I can't remember what it's like, a decanter looking bottle.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. But here's what's wild. So occasionally you can find 15 some places.
I've not seen a 14 in a long time.
I just did today.
Did you really?
I just did today.
I have not seen a 14
That's
in a long time.
That's the only reason why I put it on the list, because I found one today. I didn't buy it.
These are really good.
They're super solid. Yeah. I think they're really good. Yeah. But again, like, I like these.
They still cost what they costed, not 4 years ago. I mean, they're cheap. Like $130, $140.
Yeah. But my point is that I think these are really good. I still stand behind. I think they're better than the 16-year.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, no, overall, just like, I am surprised. I was very surprised when I found 14. And there was a bunch of them sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one. All right. Next one. This is one of the many of my lovely exceptional series I have. I love these bottles. I enjoy them a lot. I think it's some of the best malt that we can find, like the best American malt you can find on the shelf whenever you can find it. Yes, it is really expensive, which I don't love. But if rumors are true, they're basically out of the malt. So if that
means they're going to do something else.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to go to like bourbon or do some kind of whiskey or whatever. So if they're out of it, then
that means it's going to be a question mark to me of what they'll
exactly.
be.
Who knows? Maybe this will come back. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But my assumption is that these stocks are gone.
Yeah.
Are going to be gone. And then if they run out, then this is it for it.
Yeah.
So
they may do an exceptional series, but it may
be totally different.
Maybe a weeder or a high rye or whatever it is. And so what they built their back on may change, and it may be a miss, and then you're going to decide you don't want anything to do with rare character.
It could be better, or
it could be better.
It could be worse. I don't know what it's going to be, but my point is if the rumors are true and they're going away, like just because they're running out of stock of it, go ahead and pick them up now while you can.
Yep.
So, and then the last one, and this is a big rumor going around right now.
I like big rumors.
Just Jeffersons. Forget the ocean. Just Jeffersons in general.
Forget the...
I guess I should probably talk about it because I highlighted it for you to talk about.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, those are little highlights.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, we'll share it.
So rumors are that, there's distilleries in trouble. Rumor is that they have started to flood the market with a lot of barrels. That's a pretty good indicator that it's not going well. Just what we always see. Whenever the stuff came out about barrel, guess what? A lot of barrels hit the market.
A lot of barrels.
Whenever, it just, because people got to liquidate, people got to sell things.
Yeah.
So, I always kind of take it as a prime example of whenever I start seeing a distillery put a lot of barrels on the market, that normally they don't do that.
Yes.
That's not a great sign of something. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Jefferson's. This is all just, again, rumors that we heard today. But I would be, if you are a fan of them and you enjoy them, it might be worth picking up an extra bottle or two.
Yep.
So that's all I would say to that.
I agree with that. It's all that good stuff. That is our list. Tell us if you've heard some things or a good bottle that's out there that we didn't put on the list that, isn't going to last forever. And whatever. It's just not long on the shelf. So we like to hear those things, and then also gives us a good idea of what else to hunt for. Mm-hmm. So until next time,
we'll see you.
We will see you.